This month of November 2021 is going to be so much different for you, my gorgeous Scorpio. And I'm going back like 36 months now. I am going back 36 months when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpio, and things that you've been going through, things that were slowing you down, things that caused so much like negativity, things that caused so much emotional uncertainty, emotional confusion, things that made you like kind of stuck. You know, all this had a relevant impact on your life, on things that you do, the way you feel, the way you plan, and of course that you have been affected so much. And why this month is going to be different, it's purely because you're about to find yourself in your own element. And this most certainly is going to be quite obvious and rather evident when it comes to the 11th of November. Of course, we've got lots of number ones indeed, and this is purely to do with you, with your energy, and with your personal awakening. So you need to pay attention pretty much so to what is actually attracting you in the stage and in the period within the 11th of November and the end of that month. This is a sacred time for you. On one hand, your energy is going to be restored. On another hand, your eyes are going to be open, you know, wise. Well, yes, wise, but I meant to say your eyes are going to be wide open and you are going to be rather wise. So these two particular words are sitting rather well with one another, with what I was actually going to say to you. It is just so much information that I want to say to you. It's just so much information that I want to give to you, because it is just about the opportunity that you have been waiting for such a long time. It's about to come up. And it's not only about you finding yourself in your own element, my gorgeous Scorpione, but it's about an important, remarkable, absolutely mind-blowing opportunity which is going to show itself, which is going to manifest by the end of the actual November 2021. And in particular, you need to pay attention to the actual 29th of November. And I'm going to talk about it a bit more a little bit later when I come to this. But most certainly, this is your time. You're going to go this November. You're going to find yourself in your own element, and it's most certainly going to bring you a life-changing, remarkable opportunity. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Scorpio, and it's for November 2021. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you, my gorgeous Scorpione, and it's for November 2021. And when it comes to that particular number that I get so excited about when it comes to numerology and when it comes to the actual whole month of November, it is number 10. And this is a very powerful number, and it means that the energy is going to be, your energy is going to be absolutely superb. You will feel something that you didn't feel in such a long time, but especially when it comes to the last 36 months. This is probably going to be the most important months, the most significant months, the most powerful months. But also at the same time, it's, you know, very strange things are going to take place, and these strange things that are actually going to take place are going to have nothing to do with you in particular, but it's to do with a lot of other situations around you that you're going to become aware of, and that in itself, my lord, it's going to play an important part when it comes to you opening your eyes, but when it comes to you also having this absolutely mind-blowing realization, you know, more like to do with the actual confirmation, my gorgeous Scorpione. And this is important, you know, because maybe you were trying to say something to someone or explain something, and they just thought like, oh, what are you talking about, blah blah blah, and things like that. It's just going to be along those particular lines that I'm actually talking about. So this is why this is going to be so important. On another hand, you know, it's coming home to yourself, Scorpione. And in the spiritual, I'm talking about the actual spiritual terms, coming home to yourself. The energy is going to be absolutely almost like impossible to ignore. And what is this going to do? It's going to bring you like a fresh, like a burst of the energy throughout the actual month of November. You need to use it wisely. And why is this your element? Because this is your month. And that's why your energy is going to be restored, and it's going to start restoring itself from the very beginning of November. And as more the time goes by, the more like kind of excited you're going to feel, the more keen to do things you're going to feel, and you're going to be able to see and feel and sense this vibrant energy around you. So you need to use it wisely. If you want to do something, if you want to start something, this is the month to do it, because you will see as soon as this is what number 10 also means. As soon as something comes to you in terms of planning, in terms of thinking, in terms of trying to do, in terms of focus, you will see that almost immediately there is going to be some kind of sign that you are going to have through the actual power of synchronicities that you are going to have. So this is why you need to use this energy and vibration really wisely. And on another hand, when I say that you're going to have a sign, it's more like about, something comes to you, and then something else is going to come to you like in a form of like synchronicity and sign, and it's just going to kind of make you aware whether this is going to be positive, whether this is going to be negative, whether you should go for it or whether you should stay away from it. So these are the type of signs that I'm talking about. The energy you will not be able to kind of ignore, you will not be able to notice, and the specific signs that I'm talking about that you will be having throughout the actual months, you just need to be aware of your own power. You're very powerful, your energy is very strong when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to realization, when it comes to all this earthly energy. Like, my Lord, you are most certainly on top of the things, because your power, it's really, your mind is very powerful when it comes to manifestation. But sometimes that can be a little baby enemy. Like for example, like if you're thinking very negatively and if you're bringing yourself down, at the same time this energy is just going to make things more difficult for you. So this is why you just have to be optimistic and take this as a God's gift. Take this as a blessing. Do you understand what I mean? So when something comes to you throughout the month, and there are going to be lots of like a very kind of fresh points where you're going to feel keen to do something, and very soon after that you are going to have a very like a sacred sign. And this sign can come in many different ways. Maybe you will look at the flower and you're going to be like, oh my God, I just realized something. Maybe something is just going to fall down from the sky. Maybe something is going to fall down from the table. Maybe the little birdie bird is going to like a fly in front of you. Maybe like an unusual looking cat is gonna fly over, hopefully, but maybe an unusual cat is just gonna like run quickly in front of you. It all depends, and you are gonna be able to read this message, because this is bringing you a powerful message, whether you should carry on what was on your mind or not. So this is really important for you to understand. Very significant time of the year, so you must make the most of it. It also means, that you should be kind of like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to try to achieve. Now this is the time on one hand to inspect things as much as you can, but on another hand it's also the greatest time to throw yourself into all sorts of opportunities, all sorts of possibilities, because there is going to be like a very annoying problem, that you just didn't know how to deal with for such a long time, and it was just driving you nuts, in so many different ways. So that problem is slowly gonna start unfolding at around mid-November 2021, when you become aware of the certain culmination, and that culmination is going to give you time to think and time to focus and the actual time to reflect. So this is something that is going to be quite beneficial for you, because it's going to mean to you so much, because almost immediately you are going to be able to move on with your life. Number 10, it's also numerology, bringing you an absolutely mind-blowing message, a news and information about your own accomplishment. And this is somehow going to mean to you so much at this moment in time, because it's going to be highly illuminated. And normally you would be like, oh no baby, no. But now you're just going to be like all kind of rising above it. You're just going to be all around it. You're just going to be able to get this specific message and understand it and feel it from a completely different angle, and that in return is going to elevate you even more. And once you find yourself elevated by the end of the month, this is going to give you the wise realization. The things that have been mysterious are not going to be as mysterious anymore. Now they're going to be quite beneficial, but in terms of the actual learning process and a work, like a type of like a thing, like a working on your mistakes. I wouldn't say mistakes, but the lessons. We go through lessons in our lives, and I wouldn't call them mistakes, but I would rather call them lessons. So there is a very important lesson that you have learned, and by the end of the month, this lesson is going to kind of teach you, and it's going to show you how to deal with certain people, how to deal with difficult people, and it's also going to show you how to kind of keep certain things to yourself, instead of just trying to explain and say something to somebody who just kind of cannot understand what you're saying, cannot understand where you're coming from. So there is a very kind of interesting realization that you are going to have, that a certain people, maybe with a certain people you can be completely open, and with a certain people you just kind of need to keep certain things to yourself. So this is all about a great, like a little lesson that you are going to have, my gorgeous Scorpioni. So this is really important. But on another hand, what I find really, really exciting here, my gorgeous Scorpioni, it's the moment of the liberation that you are going to feel, that you are going to have. It's pretty much so to do with you feeling so stuck, and it's been going on for such a long time. And once this energy just starts going, you will see like a vavavoom-ish feeling and vibration from the 1st of November. It's just going to start picking you up, and you're going to feel a little bit great. You're going to feel a little bit naughty. You're going to feel a little bit like you want to explore things. You want to try things. You want to do things, and exactly, just do it. But also at the same time, you will see and you will realize within the first 7 days within the first 14 days, within the first 14 days of November, you will realize that, the specific situation in your life involving other people very close to you that you were finding so like kind of scared to deal with and things like that, now you're also going to find it challenging. And this is in particular to do with emotions, with your feelings, with the people in your life, with the people around you, with people who mean to you the most. You need to say something to somebody who means to you so much, my gorgeous Scorpione. This is very important, because this person means to you so much, and there is someone who's just sticking out, and someone is being misled, like, oh my lord, so badly. Somebody's being misled, so which means that somebody who's so important to you is just gonna become absolutely obvious to you that this person is being so misled, lots of like kind of negativity, and somebody's just kind of draining their energy to the point when they're not too sure where they're fine, that they can't find themselves anymore, they can't find themselves their way out. And it's maybe perhaps that person is connected to somebody who's rather toxic indeed, and that person, not the toxic person, but the nice person who means to you so much, maybe a family member, maybe best friend, maybe someone who means to you so much, you just need to kind of like think of the way how to kind of help them out, because they are pretty much so very thirsty for your healing energy. And it's not only about your healing energy and healing power, but it's also the strong sense of direction that they feel that you have, that you know something about them that they don't know. So this is why this is so important. So if you've noticed somebody around you, my lord, please try to do this. Like if you notice somebody around you, like not maybe acting like okay, or acting really bizarre, or acting really strange, most certainly you should kind of like try to inspect the situation a little bit. But on another hand, yes, you're going to have the very powerful and strong moment of liberation. And at the same time, when you have that powerful moment of liberation, you're just going to realize, that you are able to go and do the next steps, regardless what you thought, regardless what you were thinking, and this is important, because you will see that you were maybe preventing yourself to move on, but But then I'm not saying, oh my God, it's your fault. No, baby, no. But it's a lot that was happening, and it was a lot that was building up until this moment in time for you, my gorgeous Scorpione. This is going to be remarkable because it's all about your this liberation, which is at the same time going to show you the way. But on another hand, it's about your own security, it's about your own power, and also the realization that you must communicate as much as you possibly can. Communicate, talk to people, make yourself a kind of like to be part of like a lot of situations as much as you can. The communication is more important than ever. But this type of communication, when it comes to your success, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to the certain confusion, when it comes to the next step, the teamwork is important, more important than ever. This is not the month to kind of close yourself in. This is not the month to like kind of not talk. This is not the month to wait to be waste, to be sad or negative. And I'm not saying that you're sad or negative. Please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, because you're very deep, you know, your mind stretches like rather far indeed. But I'm just saying that even if you feel low, it's normal and natural to feel low and negative, of course. But even if you feel low and negative, you just need to understand that the power of this vibration is going to be undeniable. And that on another hand means that as soon as you start doing something, not only you're going to realize 2 seconds later, like, oh yeah, I'm not tired, I'm not negative, I'm not this, I'm not that, you know. Not only that, but there is just so much that you're going to achieve at the same time. I know it sounds crazy, but this is what it happens when you work with this powerful vibration, and when it happens to be your time and it's number 11, this is just going to be remarkable. So this, you opening yourself up, you paying attention to teamwork, you paying attention to kind of try to make yourself like a part of every situation as you possibly can, because that is going to bring you an absolutely not only material well-being, but it's also going to bring you very important accomplishment and a power at the same time. There is somebody who's going to motivate you, and I really like this particular person, somebody very strong, somebody very wise, somebody very powerful, who you really look up to. At the same time, it's going to be motivating you like so much, like there is no tomorrow. And that in itself also means that, you know, someone very special is about to enter your life, my gorgeous Scorpione. Indeed, somebody very special, somebody very important. Not only one person, but there are going to be quite a few people that are going to be rather important who are going to enter your life, and these people are going to be sharing your existence for a long time to come, you know. So that's why I'm saying this, because these people that are going to like start entering your life, it also means that, you know, when you find yourself at the beginning of something, you know, you need to know when you feel like very strongly about it, when you feel very passionate about it, you know, like your energy is going to be talking to you like so much more than it normally does. So you will know which people are kind of going to be part of this particular role. But as I said, somebody also very special, one particular person is going to be rather special indeed, my gorgeous Scorpione. On another hand, you know, it is just basically somebody who is very consistent. Hello. Somebody who is very consistent in your life. It's actually about, you know, you will know somebody who's very consistent, who's always been part of your life for a long time now, is about to bring you a quiet, significant message, okay? And this is more to do with the actual important news, important message, but then at the same time, you will kind of know how to project your own intentions and what to do with your own intentions at this moment in time, in particular when it comes to investment and investing in your life, most importantly, because by doing this, you're also going to do something so remarkable, very clever, very intelligent, and very smart indeed. On another hand, you're also going to become aware of the actual, very kind of, you're going to become awake of an aware, sorry. you're going to become aware of an unknown danger before the end of the month of November. And this is also going to be really important, the fact that you're going to get like a basically aware of an unknown danger. And then, you know, especially within the last week of November, you know, your eyes are going to be open, beautiful, gorgeous eyes, my gorgeous Scorpioni are going to be open. But at the same time, you are going to become aware of the little bit of a hidden danger, and that is going to come through some kind of activity when you're like kind of like maybe doing something, you're busy, or you're kind of like focusing on something when you least expect it, and then suddenly this comes to you like, oh my god. But then again, at the end of the day, my babies, your eyes are going to be wide open, and this is important because it's pretty much so connected to your third psychic eye, so it's coming from somewhere deep, and you will know that this is the right kind of like information, and then that in itself arises a right kind of like a realization, this is real, this is powerful. But on another hand, even most importantly, is the actual interesting advice that you are going to get at the end at the same time. That is going to create like a little obstacle, because you will just want to adjust a little bit of your life, and then this is going to be connected to a very interesting advice that you are going to get. And advice is like a partial like a confirmation that you're not crazy or something, or and then on another hand, it's just basically going to be about the interesting advice that you're going to get, how to go on about by making an adjustment into your life that created like a little obstacle. Okay, so on another hand, what I was going to say, my gorgeous Scorpioni, when it comes to the actual health, when it comes to nutrition and things like that, you know, it's rather important just to keep going and keep going. When it comes to the actual organic acerola cherry powder, I know I said this millions of times, but I'm going to say it millions again if I need to, but it's about boosting your immune system by taking organic acerola cherry powder or organic camu camu powder. You can take this in the actual capsule form as well. The difference in between these two powders is like they're natural powders that are absolutely ridiculously powerful when it comes to its vitamin C content. So this is something that you need alongside, again, natural vitamin D3 and alongside the actual natural zinc as well. But another thing that I was going to say to you that it's really important, my gorgeous Scorpioni, this is the supplements, you know, that I recommend. Basically pretty much how to boost your immune system and take it every single day, every single day, every single day, my gorgeous Scorpioni. You need to take these supplements alongside something like a strong garlic. Not garlic, you know, I just think of the smell, but no, and like you can, if you don't mind the smell, you know, you can have a garlic every single day. It's important to get garlic inside your body, because you are going to this is like a natural antibiotic, of course, that you are going to find rather beneficial. So I know that basically when you take like a natural garlic, the problem is that, you know, it can start like having quite strong smell, you know. So some people don't mind this and some people are, oh no, you know. But then again, at the same time, there are some natural garlic supplements that you can get that may not have like a smell. But then again, at the same time, it is very important to get like a garlic because it is going to be like a natural antibiotic, and I think that you're going to find this rather remarkable when it comes to your immune system, but also at the same time it's going to help you with so many other things as well. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Scorpioni, or not. I have to say that. Okay, so now the first date that I would like to talk to you about is happy birthday to you, 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 happy birthday, raise your vibration, happy birthday to you, 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 Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, bam 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 bam. Happy birthday, my gorgeous Scorpione. You thought I forgot to sing this gorgeous little song just for you. Happy birthday. Mwah. I love you so much. This is your time. This is your element. Don't think that it's number 11. Oh yeah, it's number 11. Number 11 is like a big mama when it comes to the powerful numbers that I always talk about. Number 11 is powerful. Number 11 is magical. Number 11 is strong. Number 11 is significant. Number 11 is about to rejuvenate you and give you a mind-blowing energy, but a really powerful, crazy realization that is on one hand gonna like surprise you, but on another hand it's gonna be the greatest gift, you know, ever. It's like a blessing because it's just going to at the same time show you the way. Very important indeed. Happy birthday, my gorgeous Scorpione. The important date is the 1st of November. Now the 1st of November, you are gonna kind of feel like straight away, from the moment you wake up, from the moment you open your eyes, from the moment you get up, there are gonna be like kind of strange things on your mind, you know. You will be able to feel that the energy is different, but you may not be able to tell that straight away. What this energy is gonna do is actually gonna confuse you a little bit. So the energy is gonna be quite confusing on the 1st of November, and that in itself is just gonna kind of like maybe it's gonna reflect on like a bit of a tiredness or like a bit of like a negativity. It's to do with an emotional confusion that you're gonna be able to feel like kind of in a physical way. So I would say that it's gonna be a bit of like a kind of drained energy moment that you're gonna have in the morning, and this is gonna surprise you because maybe perhaps you had like a long sleep, or maybe you will think, oh no, my sleep was too long, you know, or maybe you will kind of like think like, where is this coming from? But then this is important. This feeling and emotions and a little bit of tiredness that you're gonna feel, it's connected to this emotional confusion. It's your mind is calling you, your spirit is calling you to connect and to reconnect. And in order to reconnect, you have to go to the deepest part of yourself, to the deepest part of your subconscious and conscious mind at the same time, with like a very interesting reminders that you are going to have throughout this particular day. But you know, it's just in order to kind of understand things, you know, you need to go through them, and this is going to happen pretty quickly, pretty soon. So you will see that by the time you get to the 3rd of November, there is going to be a very, very interesting information that you're going to get hold of. Very interesting information. And that information that you're going to get hold of now, at this moment in time, you're going to be able to view and understand from a completely different angle. You will see something very interesting for you there that you wouldn't see normally. So you will see how significant this time actually is. On another hand, the 1st of November, you know, it's just what I find really important, you know, that, you know, actually in between the 1st and the 11th of November. Actually, sorry, in between the 1st and the 11th of November, you know, there is a bit of an adventure that you are going to have. And this is why you have to be like as spontaneous as you can. This is why you have to do as much as you possibly can. But when you least expect it, there is a little adventure that you are going to have. At least this is how you're going to feel, because you're going to be surrounded by this powerful vibration that you didn't feel in the last at least 32 months now that I'm talking about. So this is going to be pretty much like, oh my God, you know, like a very, very vibrant moment. It is going to be the time when you're going to feel very enthusiastic, but it's at the same time going to bring you an important initiative. So pay attention to this actual little adventure that you're going to have, because the most important thing is adventure. It sounds a bit like, yeah, but it's just doing something and finding yourself on a certain path and doing something and responding to something in a different way. And then again, at the same time, that takes you somewhere else, and then you find yourself and you find a lost element, lost part of yourself, you know. At the same time, it gives you the time to actually work on the lost part and missing part of you. But on another hand, it's an important time of your own redirection, though. So this is very, very important. So also on another hand, you know, it's about the initiative that you're going to feel in between 1st and the 11th of November. So you need to see what's your driving force. But also, it's about the unlimited unlimited possibilities, you know, and the actual very, very kind of healthy obsession that you're going to feel almost immediately. That in itself is going to make you realize the unrealistic part of you needs to go. The unrealistic part of your life that you have been kind of like putting your energy towards, that will need to go. That will all start, it's going to start shifting itself already, but it's going to require from you to make the necessary adjustment. But what you need to do right now is just realize the unrealistic part of your life. It's going to be absolutely obvious, and this is something to do that was plodding along over the last 7 months as well. On another hand, you know, it's brilliant because you are going to recognize something, you know, about yourself, something really important, and it's when it comes to your strength, you know, this is going to be significant. But on another hand, that is just going to keep you going, and you're going to feel really great about yourself when it comes to the actual ultimate change in your life. This is all you're going to be focusing: ultimate change, ultimate change, ultimate change. And then by the time you get to the actual last part of November, the last week of November, it's all going to become this ultimate change. It's going to become something different, because you're going to find yourself on a very, very deep and spiritual path, where you will find yourself on a spiritual quest, if I can say like that, and you will simply want more out of life. So you will see how important and how connected this is as well. And also, you know, on another hand, you know, this is the time, a powerful time of self-illumination in between the 1st and 11th of November. And also, you know, it's important to be honest with yourself. Now it's time to move on. Now it's time to do things, you know, but there is something that you haven't been honest with yourself, something that came to an end, and you also at the same time you need to do a bit more work on it as well. Well, I was going to advise you to get something like a black obsidian. It's like a must, my gorgeous Scorpione. This is a very powerful crystal indeed, and it's going to help you to protect your energy. It's going to help you to ground yourself. This is your time, but at the same time, when it's your time, you know, you're spiritually open so much, and when you are spiritually open, things are different. You understand things very deeply, you get so many messages, you get so many signs, but then on another hand, you know, it just drains your energy a little bit. And then, you know, you can only take so much until your energy becomes drained, and then that affects your planning, and it affects your energy levels, for example. So black obsidian is like absolutely a must. It's one of the most like perfect crystals when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpione. Indeed, because as I said, it's going to protect your energy, it's going to ground you, it's going to protect your vibration, it's going to motivate you, but it's at the same time going to help you to keep on top of things by not letting your energy to be drained, by protecting yourself. It is very important, because there are few people and situations that you're going to be dealing with throughout this month that are going to have a negative effect and impact on you, but you need to do this, you need to deal with things like this. So this is why it's so important to wear this black obsidian throughout the actual months of November 2021. Indeed, this comes with a sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Scorpione, you're also supporting my channel as well. The second important date, which is going to be like a big mama indeed, it's going to be on the 11th of November. Like, oh my god, of course that we have got this very solid, very powerful energy here. Is the 11th. So now it's like, oh my god, this is going to bring you the ultimate awakening, okay, the ultimate realization, the ultimate wish, how you want to move on with your life, why you want to move on with your life. What do you want to do? What is making you negative? Why you're not doing anything about it? You're going to become aware of something so mind-blowing and so important, but at the same time, this is going to be your energy. This is going to be your power. It is just going to be the time of your own spiritual awakening. By the same time, it's just going to start with the actual, pretty much short, you know how it's going to start like the 11th. So you can expect this on the 10th already, a bit of the stage of the actual culmination, a bit of a stage of culmination culmination is going to happen prior that moment, prior the actual 11th of November. So the state of culmination and conclusion. And then that in itself is going to make you realize that you're approaching the end of a very, very annoying problem indeed. And by the time you get to the actual 11th, you're actually going to become aware of the very, very unexpected situation. Something is actually going to surprise you like there is no tomorrow. And it's not only the 11th of September, gosh, 11th of November. It's not only 11th of November, but it's actually from the 11th of November right until the actual 17th of November. This is a very strong period and stage when it comes to you actually having very, very unexpected events. You know, not only one, but there is going to be 2 or 3 of unexpected events that are going to happen, which are most certainly going to require from you to act, to react. And this is when the magic is going to happen. This is when something very important is actually going to take place, and it's going to show you the way. It's going to help you realize and recognize something so specific about your life that you need to put more the energy in, and it's going to bring lots of hope, inspiration, and also most certainly it's about the bright prospects. Pay attention to these bright prospects in between the 11th and the 17th of November 2021, because it's going to make you feel good, it's going to make you feel brilliant, but it's at the same time going to bring you really powerful satisfaction. There is a very interesting sign and very good good luck, positive, ridiculously powerful omen that you are going to have at the same time. And this omen is not only going to be relevant in between the 11th and the 17th of November, but in between the 11th of November and the end of that month, when you're thinking about the actual bright prospects and things like that, you know, it doesn't matter what stage you are at, there is going to be a very powerful omen that you're going to have that is going to come through as in a form of like a cat, again, a dog, or even a little bird, little animal. It really depends, but you will know that that animal, it could be other animals as well, but you will know that these animals are pretty much a part of your dimension, and this is a very strong spiritual message that you will get in form of confirmation, and you will know that you're on the right path. And also at the same time, number 8 will be playing an important role when it comes to some kind of timing, how long it's actually something going to take. So this is why this is so important indeed. On another hand, you know, like how interesting this is, that there is also going to be like some kind of like a moment when it comes to like a ritual, making a ritual or doing ritual, my lord, in between the 11th of November, at the end of that month. This is going to be mind-blowing, because you're going to do so much. If you want to do ritual, if you want to enhance something, if you want to manifest something, you know, it's like anything to do with the ritual, that energy is just gonna go like, oh my god. If you want to do some kind of daily affirmations, this is the time to do it, because your energy and wish and what you would you like to achieve is going to be echoing so much further. So you need to use it wisely, but at the same time pay attention to the idea that you are going to have as well. There is a very important idea that is going to come to you, and the idea that is going to come to you, it's somehow going to be connected to the ritual, whether you're going to be doing that ritual, whether you're going to be celebrating something, whether you will want to achieve something, whether you will be praying for something. You know, it really depends what type of ritual this is going to be. Or maybe it is even going to be like, maybe you will be walking somewhere and you will be somewhere seeing in the forest someone doing some kind of ritual, and you're like, ooh la la, nice, you know, type of thing, you know. Or maybe you will be like watching some kind of ritual on television. It really depends through which psychic channels this is going to come to you. But the most important thing is that it's going to be very strong connection. Whether you do ritual or you see ritual, there is some kind of idea that is going to be connected to it, and that idea is going to bring you success, material attainment, you know, and you're going to find yourself an advantage, most certainly when it comes to not only your financial situation, but it's going to reflect on your victory in general, and a certain difficulty is going to come to an end, because it's about you becoming really, it's about your own stability, but also it's about you doing the right thing, you know, with a little bit of disappointment that you had, you know, especially over the last 3 months, you know, something was really like kind of affecting you. So now this is all about growth, hard work, and progress that you're going to actually bring. On another hand, you know, very important successful dealings are also going to take place. At around the time when these dealings take place, you need to understand that it's important for you not to rush into anything because the results of efforts are almost nearly due, but it's a reorganization. It's also very important to pay attention to things that require the most of your attention at this moment in time. The last part of November, the last date, it's going to be on the 29th of November. Now, before we go there, of course, that I would highly suggest you something like Tiger's Eye. Very important, because on another hand, you know, this is a brilliant crystal when it comes to like protection against evil eye. You know, it's the brilliant crystal when it comes to, again, protecting yourself, but it's also absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to planning, when it comes to having this sharp mind, when it comes to feeling the strong sense of direction, when it comes to motivation, when it comes to inspiration, when it comes to our career, when it comes to our finances. Oh my God, this is brilliant. When we have to explain something important to important people, but sometimes we're like, oh, I don't know what to say. No, I should have said this, I should have said that. You know, Tiger's Eye is absolutely brilliant. So it's brilliant for career, success, finances, but also doing the right thing and making the right decisions at this time when you're uncertain. This gorgeous Tiger's Eye pendant comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you are also helping my channel as well. The 29th of November is just basically about the temporary distraction that you're gonna feel, because you're gonna you will want to do something and you're gonna find yourself like, oh, I'm not too sure, like, you will want to do something, you're gonna start doing something, and then suddenly distraction. Well, maybe you will feel like, yeah, I'm not too sure, or someone is gonna call you, or something is gonna happen, and that is just gonna kind of put you away from something important that you should be doing and focusing on. So it's like very important to remind yourself to be back into that moment. It's important indeed, and it's also just a temporary distraction, you know. On another hand, the 29th of November, you know, I really like this, you know, because it's also about a challenge, you know, an obstacle and challenge, but at the same time, it's a negotiation, something to do with a very kind of important negotiation here. My gorgeous Scorpione, on the 29th of November, this is like a big mama moment. So if you do need to discuss something like, oh God, something important, negotiate, talk, and things like that, you know, the 29th would be like a huge moment, you know, because you will have the power above anything else and everything else, and you are just going to have a very much so like a nice spiritual protection around you. So you will know what to do, you will know what to say, so you're going to gain so much out of it. So you just need to remember this very successful negotiation, that it's not only going to bring you victory, but it's also going to put you on an advanced stage, and it's going to provide you with an opportunity. And especially when it comes to like the last 10 months, what was going on in the last 10 months when it comes to this negotiation that I've mentioned, you know. Successful negotiation is pretty much a very strong reflection on what was happening, my gorgeous Scorpiones, over the last 10 months, okay? And a part of your life that brought you like a sadness, negativity, and uncertainty, you know. So this is going to be brilliant because it's going to reflect on the actual activity, really nice quick progress and movement, you know, and also it's going to give you a chance to make a really important decision. And there is going to be quite interesting message that you're going to get at around that time, you know. And the message that you're going to get is just pretty much so going to be connected to some kind of opportunity, but it's more like kind of like a opportunity. You're going to become aware of the certain opportunity that is soon going to arise, and this is going to sit really nicely with everything that was happening and everything that was going on with you throughout this month, but in particular when it comes to the actual last week of November 2021. Something rather challenging, but then again, challenging situation, but then again, you will do absolutely fine. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And now I'm just going to see what is going to happen in the first week of November. Look, well, just what to pay attention to quickly, mid-November and the last part of November, my gorgeous Scorpione. Now the first part of November, like my lord, it's very important just to basically stand your ground, and don't let anyone to confuse you. Don't let anyone to steal your energy. This is very important, okay? You must trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. Stand your ground. Standing your ground is really important, because there is a rather little challenge that you're going to have, and to respond to this challenge, you must stand your ground, because if you don't, then you're going to be sorry later. The mid part of November is just basically very important for you to understand that now you have to kind of like really pay attention to your body, what your body is telling you, what your body is communicating to you. It's important because it's going to be very strong connection with you, with your spirituality, and your body will talking to you what to pay attention to, like maybe drink a little bit of water, do this, do that, maybe exercise a little bit more if you can exercise, and things like that. But also very important time to try to work on any kind of addictions, okay? Very important time, because at this moment in time you're also going to have a sacred opportunity to kind of be so much stronger than you normally would be. The last part of November, this is that spiritual quest that I said you're going to find, just what I mentioned before. In the last week of November in particular, it's all about you finding yourself on a spiritual quest and more wanting more out of life. You know, you will realize here that you will want to really make big life changes. By the same time, you know, the most important thing is which priorities do you need to change. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I'm just going to see what is going to happen with those of you who are in relationship. Like, oh my Lord, very important months for those of you who are in relationship. It looks like, you know, this very kind of annoying problem is going to come to an end. Something affected both of you. It affected your way of thinking. It affected your way of planning. But most importantly, it's just basically like it affected you. It affected your emotions. And because you found yourself like kind of being restrained, both of you, because you had to change like a certain aspects of your life in order to go along with things that you had to go with. So now there is a very, very powerful and wise moment that you are going to have. As the couple, there is information that you are going to have. There is a news, there is a message that you are going to have. And that message is going to mean everything to both of you, especially within the first 12 days of November 2021. This message is going to mean so much to both of you, because you will know this is going to be the sacred moment in time, because your life is going to start moving on, it's going to start flowing, and it's going to come through your own sacred vibration and sacred energy that is actually going to take over. So as the couple, by the end of the month, you are most certainly going to do something so important when it comes to like making really big life change. But this is only the beginning, and it's only the realization, and it's only like a kind of on a talking term, like what you want to do next. But this time it's going to feel different, because it's going to feel real, because all this vibration is going to be so much more colorful, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what's going to happen to those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Scorpioni. What do I see? What do I see? What do I see? You see that I'm seeing that you know, you need to understand that there is a very balanced force that is actually going to start becoming part of your sign from the very first part of November. You also, very first day of November. You also need to know that your energy is going to be extra vavavumish indeed when it comes to projecting like your beauty, your sex appeal, your beautiful mysterious energies. It's just going to become very, very interesting, you know, to everyone around you. I'm not saying that it's not interesting normally, but now this is all going to be on a completely different level. So people will be able to feel you, people will be able to notice you. Hello, my gorgeous Scorpioni. People will be able to notice you, people will be able to kind of like respond to you much quicker than what they normally would, but in the best possible way. So there you go, there is something for you to play with, because who you want to be noticed by, most certainly this is the month to actually be noticed. But on another hand, so this is what this balanced force and energy is going to do. But on another hand, you know, you have got a very important moment here, because you are listen to this, my gorgeous Scorpione. I do see someone very special slowly start walking into your life, and that person is gonna completely like kind of going to become part of your energy, like so much so this month. But how is this going to happen? And there is possibility that you may not come across that person this week, but you have a very this month, but you have a very important clue here, that when you start learning about something, there is a very deep concentration moment that it's going to take place, that it's going to take over. That deep concentration moment is going to require, it's going to bring like a bit of so much your own reflection, because it will want you to kind of like learn more, and that is going to bring the desire to learn kind of more, and it's even more like kind of going to bring like more desire to kind of learn new ideas and things like that. That in itself, what is an important part here, when you find yourself wanting to learn more about something very specific about your life, about what you're doing, about what you're focusing on, this is your clue, because that in itself is going to open the door, and it's going to require from you to walk through them. So something is going to take place, something is going to happen where you this month are going to be maybe surrounded by new person or new people, and one of them is going to be that particular person who's going to walk into your life slowly, but it's going to happen at the time when you take this learning process on the next level indeed. So I do not think that it's going to be that long, my gorgeous Scorpione, until that person walks in. But as I said, it's going to happen, like this is your clue, it's going to happen when you kind of feel the need to learn more about specific subject or something, and that is going to require from you to go on the next step, go on the next stage, do something, go somewhere, and this is where this person is actually going to be. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpione, I love you all so much. I was really looking forward to do this video for you. Happy birthday, my gorgeous Scorpione. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. I love you so much, my mysterious Scorpione. Okay, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Scorpiones. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you all. Bye. Mwah. Mwah.